Today we're going to do a training video on your workshop module. Now to locate your workshop module, you would go ahead and scroll all the way down on your left hand side and find the workshop button. Now once you click here, you'll be able to find your functionalities within this workshop module. Today we're going to be covering some of the questions that you can find here under Help and click Contents. Once you click Help and Contents, that will bring you to our wiki page. And once you've done that, if you click the training button, once you click the training button, just like so, you can scroll all the way down and look for your workshop. Once we've clicked that, it would bring us to your list of questions that we're going to actually be covering today. Okay, you can print this out and take some notes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we have to remember that whenever you're working on your workshop module, you can create jobs, you can work on services or work on particular equipments for your customers, or you can do all three within the same page. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, but first what we need to do is have some equipment in our system. Now there's a few different ways of creating equipment. The first way is if you click on this button here, you would be able to create your equipment here by filling out all this information. Or if you went to the equipment list, there's also a button here that would bring you to that new equipment. So you would be able to create it here. Another way of creating your equipment is directly from your product list. So if you click here on your product list and you wanted to go ahead and find a particular equipment, so in this case we have here a tray, we can double click this and you can click or check mark this button that you see here that says is equipment. So let me just take this off just to show you that once I put that check mark back in, it's going to pop open this section here. Now again, fill in the details such as a description. So this is a tray for wagon, the manufacturer, the model number. You can add any images, any extra information if you'd like, a map, parts if need be, as well as any attachments and serial numbers. Okay, so in this case we're going to go ahead and save as is, and we're going to click Save here because now this particular tray is now a equipment. Now once we click Save, we can find that tray in our equipment list. As you can see here, it is now in our equipment list. Okay, so really easy ways of creating new equipment within TrueERP. Now if we were to go ahead and track this particular equipment, there's many ways in doing so. For instance, if we had a a customer that wanted to have a quote on that product. If we were to create a quote, and let's just go ahead and do a quick quote by clicking Sales, click on New Quote, and let's choose a customer. Let's just choose one of the popular customers here. There we go. And he would like to go ahead and have a quote on one of our equipments. I believe we have a tractor in there. There we go. And let's see, populate one there. Once we save this information will actually save on the customer card for Mr. Vandenberg. And let's go ahead and do that so I can show you exactly what that means. Okay, so now we've provided him a quote. If we go back to our customer express list and look for our customer Vandenberg, double click, we now can find his information here under equipment. So we can see that we've given him a quote on the tractor. Now in this particular information, the reason why we know it's a quote is because we don't have a serial number or a registration number against it. Now if we were to go ahead and save, oops, just put one of these, there we go. If we were to go ahead and save this and go back to our quote list to Mr. Vandenberg, and let's just say he did want to go ahead and go through with this and move on to an invoice. Let's go ahead and copy to invoice. It's going to ask us, so we're going to click yes. And there we go. It populates all the information for us, just like so. And we're going to click save. Now, once we've done that, we can now populate the information on his customer card. So again, if we look for Vandenberg, now we can go ahead and go back to the equipment and populate the serial number for Mr. Vandenberg, and let's just say it's that, and the registration number. The reason why you want to do this is because this particular equipment can be used with any different customer. So many different customers can use this equipment. So if we put a particular serial number and a registration number, that particular serial number and registration number will only be matched with Mr. Vandenberg. Okay, so that's the reason why you want to make sure that once the product is sold, please add the serial number and the registration number. We can also add a warranty period, so let's just say it's 12 months. Once we click 12 months or add 12 months on there, it would automatically add the warranty finish date, so which is great. And let's go ahead and click save. Perfect. So that's a great way to create a piece of equipment that is tracked with the customer card by starting with that quote or invoice and making sure that Mr. Vandenberg actually has that piece of equipment and it's tracked for the lifetime that Mr. Vandenberg actually owns it. So now there's a few other ways that we can go ahead and create a repair for that. So now let's go ahead and close this out and go back to your workshop module down here on your left hand side. Click on workshop. If we wanted to go ahead and create a new repair, we'll click on new repair right here. You can do it from here, or again, if you were in our repairs list, click on there. You can click on this little button that says new here, so we'll go ahead and do that. It will bring us to that same place. So again, Mr. Vandenberg would like a repair on that tractor. Okay, so here, now that we've populated Mr. Vandenberg, it now has the information that we had invoiced Mr. Vandenberg on. So now it shows that he actually owns 2 of these different types of equipment that we've quoted and or sold to him. So in this case, he owns both the air conditioning and tractor. We're going to go ahead and choose the tractor. It automatically populates all that information here, which is wonderful. Okay, we can also add some notes if we'd like to do so, or add a repair fault in there if we need to. Okay, but in this case, we're going to go ahead and click save. Once we click save, it will now be on our repairs list. So if we wanted to zoom back in and look at this repair again, it now shows a status of new repair. We can now also go ahead and zoom back in and create an appointment for this customer. So if we click on appointments, do so just like that, we can now go ahead and create an appointment. So let's go ahead and click this button right here that says appointments, and it would bring you to our calendar. Now we can see the employees that are able to do this repair. So in this case, let's go ahead and schedule again Mr. Jolly Roger to do this appointment, and it's going to take him about 2 hours. Let's just do that. There's a particular service, let's just say he's going to do painting on that tractor. As you can see, it automatically loads the information, the charge rate, the invoice total. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and click save, and there we go. So now Mr. Vandenberg has now have an appointment when it comes to his tractor being repaired. If we wanted to create multiple appointments, we would right click right here and go ahead and do a memorize transaction. So in this case, now we're going to go ahead and schedule future appointments. So if we wanted to do a day, a week, or a monthly appointment, let's just say he needed to have a monthly appointment every first of the month, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and do this for the next 6 months, let's just say, or 4 months. All right. Be conscious of these options that you have here, because if the day falls on a Saturday, we can go ahead and continue to post, drop, shift after, or shift before. So again, if you go ahead and make these changes here, it will automatically change it on here, okay? So it'll choose the different days that you have here and make them shift after or shift before, or go ahead and drop. In this case, we're going to shift after. We don't want to drop that date. All right? And then just go ahead and click OK. So now we have an automatic scheduled repair for Mr. Vandenberg. What that does is if we go ahead and save this and go look into our appointments, so if we scroll up, look into our appointments, and go into our main calendar, now it shows here that Jolly Roger has an appointment for Mr. Vandenberg for, oops, wrong button, I wanted to open the appointment, there we go, the particular appointment, okay? So really easy, really good stuff. Now, not only will that save on the calendar, but that will also pop up a reminder for Jolly Roger, okay, when he needs to go see this. So he will see a pop-up reminder of when Mr. Jolly Roger needs to see Mr. Vandenberg and do this repair. You can also print the appointments, print itineraries for your service people if you'd like to do that as well. Now there's a whole module on appointments, or I'm sorry, a whole video on appointments. So please, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and watch that video and it'll show you exactly how to print your itineraries or print your appointments for each of your service employees. Now the beauty of this part, looking at the main calendar and the appointments list, is if we were going to go ahead and pop open this appointments list, double click this, double click on the appointment. If the service employee went ahead and saw Mr. Vandenberg, you can actually from this page go ahead and click repair. So Mr. Jolly Roger can click on repair. It will automatically populate the actual time and date when he was actually there. So by clicking that, we're going to go ahead and say yes. And then now it's asking us if we'd like to save the appointment and open the repair form. And yes, we would like to do that. So let's go ahead and click yes there. And here we go. So now it's actually populated the information regarding the appointments. Okay, so it showed here that it was scheduled, it was started, and it ended on a particular time. It showed the service, it also showed the amount, okay, shows the different statuses. We can also add notes if we'd like to do so, okay. And again, it shows the rep as Jolly Roger. So really great stuff. From the appointment section that we see here, the appointments list, we can automatically just click that one button repair, and it brings us right here to this repair module, and it transfers all the information for us. So really, really great if we have our service employees out there in the field. With a simple click of the button, it gives us all the information. Another great thing that we can actually do within this repair modules is actually not just repair one job or have only one job, but we can work on multiple jobs. Now how to do that is really simple. If we were to go ahead and click on our product section right here, in this case earlier we said that we were going to use a belt to repair our tractor. Now in this case, if we left this blank, okay, it will automatically assume that we are repairing the tractor that we have chosen here. Now, if we go back to the product section, we can actually choose, let's just say we wanted this belt to work with this tractor. And if we click the down arrow, we can choose a new product or create a new product and say that we wanted to use, let's just say, antenna to repair your air conditioning unit. And here it would automatically load all of the prices for those products, the tax, any discounts that you may have memorized on there. You can add your memos, and it'll automatically fill out all this information for the products that you will actually use for those products. So again, you can either work on one job or you can do multiple jobs within one screen. Okay? So another benefit is once you've already created your repair and now you're ready to replenish your repair or create a purchase order, you can do that as well from this screen or from this same module. And you can do that by creating your smart order. So go ahead and click on smart order, just like so. And it's asking us if we're sure we want to create that smart order, so we want to go ahead and click yes. And then we're going to go ahead and say yes again. Go ahead and click yes. And yes, we do want to view those purchase orders. So here we go. So for the tractor, it's letting us know that our supplier is right there. Automatically fills in all that information. And all we need to do is click save. Really, really simple. So again, once we're ready, it actually goes ahead and replenishes our equipment that we go ahead and use. Okay? So again, really simple stuff that we have there. Now once we're again on this repairs page, we've gone through your appointments, any bills that were created, it will also pop up here. We have some customizable fields. We have documents that were sent. So if you sent a letter or an email, it will all be recorded here for any of your repairs. So really great stuff to keep track of any communication. Again, your equipment, you have your extra information here. If you need to, again, state what condition, symptoms, defects, all that good stuff, you can go in here and put that on here. We also have some material costs, some freight costs right here. Okay? Any other faults, any invoices that were recorded, sent out. You're back to your main page on this little section here. If you want to add some notes, within this notes section you can type within here. The feedback notes are what your customers, in this case Mr. Vandenberg, has said about this repair. So if he mentioned that they were on time or they were late or the repair was not done correctly, that's all here. That will all be recorded here. And then you can also add attachments by just dragging and dropping. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So if I just grab one of these attachments here, if I highlight my ERP page, just go ahead and drop that here, and there we go. You now have your attachments saved on here, and it can actually save any kind of attachment. Okay, so again, any products, return authorities, any sales orders that were created, any smart orders that were created, and on your timesheet you can go ahead and here click the person that did the repair, or if there were 2 employees that went, you can add another one on this page as well, and just go ahead and click which employee was there, what they did, how many hours they spent. Okay, just say this employee was there for that long. You can let them know how much rate per hour, just like so. Okay, so really, really easy stuff, and if you just click save, and there we go. Again, on this main page, you can also say if you wanted to hold the repair, if you billed that repair, if you invoiced, you can from here also accept a cash sale. You can check your quantities on inventory. You can create a sales order from here, and just like what we did earlier, you can create a smart order from here. In this case, let's go ahead and flag this repair is done, just like that, and let's invoice it. So let's click that. Yes, we want to do that. Again, it's letting us verify our inventory. So we're just going to click continue. We do not want to order, so just click continue. And there we go. Again, automatically creates the invoice. It invoices the products that were used. It automatically creates a service labor, who, and what, and how long they've been there, how much, okay, all that great information, and then it gives you that total, and then we can just from here click on save, or we can go ahead and click on print and email print PDF this invoice to that customer. Okay, so in this case we're going to click cancel, we're just going to click save. Okay, and that basically is your repairs. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everything made sense. Thank you very much.